coming in hot, man. Another day. Oh, man. Middle of the month.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Middle
sir.
of the month. March 15th. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Freedom Cage podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week. I got my main guy, my ace, my left and my right this week, Shawn, better known as Mr. Senor Lee on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, Ken Kapnick, also on all those socials. But, you know what? Before I get to the fuck shit, how have you been since the first, my guy?
Oh, man. Let me tell you. It's been a month. It's been a crazy month.
Mm-hmm.
Like, between, like, the presentations and just everything picking up with the vaccinations, like, healthcare has just been in the spotlight right now with everything. So
yes.
Just dealing with all of that, dealing with, regular life, you know what I'm saying? Making sure the family's good, staying healthy. It's been a challenging month, bro, but
Challenging month.
How about you, man?
Nonetheless. Not bad. Not bad. Did a couple things last week that I've never done before. I hate to jump shit, but random, like shits and giggles. Have you ever had a facial?
Nah.
Not one of them nasty facials you see on, those sites. I mean, like, you go to the massage parlor, you get the massage, and then, hey, they give you the, the hour facial.
Uh-huh.
My wife said, little couples joint, we was there.
Okay.
I mean, Ling Ling, she worked the back out, you know what I'm saying? She asked me in the beginning, too. She was like, you want the medium or the strong? I'm like,
right.
Strong, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a grown-ass man, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Put your back into it, girl.
About 15 minutes, and I was like, I should have said medium. She was going in. Like, she was the knuckle work on the upper back. She was, like, digging in. I was like, ugh. But, I kept it in the whole time.
Uh-huh.
She's like, want the foot massage? I was like, yeah, do the foot massage. Left foot, dope. She got to the right foot. She hit a little spot. I laughed, right? And then Jen, she laughed at me. Then she's like, then Ling Ling goes, ticklish. I was like, yeah. And then she just stopped the foot altogether. I was like, oh, man, I bitched out. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was bad.
Yeah,
But, like, right after that, they went into the facial part. And I've never had a facial done before. First time ever, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep, you got tattoos. You know what a tattoo feels like. I don't have any physical tattoos, but I imagine this is what a tattoo would feel like. Because what they're doing with the little tools is they're like digging into your face, getting any little bumps and blackheads. They're getting it out. Like,
That's
you know what I'm
real.
saying? And I got my head on the pillow, and she's digging, and I'm pushing my head back into the pillow more and more and more. I'm out of back room, you know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to make little bitch sounds. I'm like, eat. She's like, first time? I'm like, yes. Like, could you do anything less evasive? Like, you know what I'm saying? But outside of the facial, man, week was dope. Work was good. Somebody in another neighboring office got COVID. They're gonna shut down for another week. It happens. In and out, working from home again. So outside of that,
literally getting COVID right now is a part of life.
Part of life. Somebody else got it. Like it used to, 6 months ago, it was like, now it's just like, this week, huh? All right. You guys got my emails, my phone numbers.
Yeah.
Call me when you need me. But outside of that, work's been pretty smooth.
Yeah, and that's the good thing, man. Like, you go through the process of everything. That's how we know we're getting a better handle on things. Mm-hmm. Because it means that now, when you hear about COVID, you're less worried about somebody getting hospitalized and probably passing away. So,
yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah, and even though we are still losing people, RIP, we are seeing some, there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Some light improvement. You know
Yes.
what I mean? The
Yes, indeed.
deaths have reduced as far as rate. So, unfortunately, at this point, it's the best we can hope for.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But pushing that to the side and right to the fuck shit, fuck Matt Rowan. For those that don't know who Matt Rowan is, he's a high school basketball sports announcer. He was caught on a hot mic. It was 2 separate high schools. I'll do some more research for you. Mm-hmm. But at some point, the national anthem starts. One team goes down on a knee, and he assumes his mic is off. He starts with the rhetoric. Fuck they kneeling for? What they doing over there? Fucking niggas. They should get that shit the fuck out of here. And this is live. I'm talking on TV. People, like, it was just no one tapped them ever. Like, bruh,
That's crazy.
this mic is on. You know what I'm saying? Corporation immediately, hey, his points, views, and opinions do not reflect those of, of this company. Yep. We are cease and desisting all future work with said individual. He's no longer allowed in the building. Like, no more. You know what I mean? But yeah, fuck Matt Rowan. Like,
that's
and this is what people kneel for. Like, for equality in spaces that we should be afforded equality in. Yeah. If little things like this are happening behind the scenes, that's why we got to make it on the forefront to make it a bigger issue, so all parties understand that. And he didn't understand that, and nor did he care.
Yeah. And hopefully it's a good teaching moment for him, because, you know, a lot of people, they end up getting vilified after something like this. You hope somebody takes him to the side and at least says, hey, man, like, do you understand why this is bad? Like,
his father's a pastor. Like, it's weird. Like, you know, and then and then this little apology letter, he's like, I suffer from like type 1 diabetes. My sugar was low. So I'm like, so now everybody looking at him like, I'm so sorry. Are you blaming racist outburst on your lack of sugar intake today? Yeah, is that what you're ridiculous. Doing? Is that in the rollout for the cleanup? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, fuck Matt Rowan. Still, like, you know what I mean? Black Lives Matter. Kneel as you need to. All teams in sports. It's not just sports. It's everything else.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, other good news. Kenneth Walker, boyfriend of Breonna Taylor. Judge dismissed all charges.
That's good.
Now, I mean, they broke into your crib. You used your weapon. You defended yourself because they weren't announced. No harm, no foul. Unfortunately, your girlfriend died, and Miss Taylor. Condolences as always.
Yep.
We'll never forget about you. But all his charges are dismissed. So hopefully that's something. I know it's probably been weighing on him. I don't know how much fees are for lawyers, but
right.
I assume his wasn't cheap if it went this long of a trial. You know what I mean? So
right.
Congrats to him. Congrats to him. He could be able to move on a little bit smoother in life.
Yeah, man. And you know, it still sucks, man. Like the way he lost her, and seeing as though we're a year after her death. Nobody's been arrested. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's disgusting. We're still out here a year later asking for justice for this woman, and but yes, it's still good for him, man. Good Glad for him.
As well. What's happened on the Black Lives Matter front?
Right.
George Floyd.
Yes.
They finally came to a decision with him. Family received about $27 million from Minneapolis, from the state. The number is historic as far as settlements.
Okay.
But once again, another life was taken that shouldn't have been. So you still feel, regardless of the monetary value they attach to it, it's still never enough. Like, I guess it's a starting point, you know, air quotes. But you know, praise to his family. Hopefully, with the money there, all children under his wing spread, his tree of life, can go have less. What they shouldn't be worrying about is money at this point.
Right.
Everything else they still, unfortunately, would have to deal with, you know, as far as being black in America.
Right.
But, you know, that comes with the territory. So,
yeah.
You know, shouts to the family. Happy you guys got that. Black lives still matter.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it really sucks that that's the way that you get your family out of poverty. You know what I mean? Like, black people have to get murdered in such a way that it's filmed and actually shown all across the country to say, oh, okay, yeah, we have to solve this with money. Like, no, we have to look at legislation. We have to look at how we're training the police to operate with black and brown people. That's where the actual change starts.
I'm just happy it was recorded.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, like, the family has to relive that through a weird YouTube link. But could you imagine if it wasn't recorded and it was their word versus another? And his voice will no longer be there because he can't speak for himself. Yeah,
we already know how that would have went. I mean, you said it perfectly. It's the gift and the curse of social media.
Yes, exactly that.
Gift and a curse, man. Everybody's a reporter now. All right, so moving on through intros. So this one, I mean, I really don't know where to go with it. It's the Meghan Markle Oprah interview where she makes some pretty intense claims about the royal family.
Yeah, I don't think they claims be.
Really?
Like, she meant that shit.
Damn.
She meant that shit. Like, as far, like, don't get me wrong, the family isn't, they don't have the greatest track record. So with any person of color coming in and out the home, questions of the grandmother wondering how dark the baby may or may not be arise. Like, the fact that that's even a question and a thought that they're really having, and they're not ready to step outside of their little bubble that they live in. Obviously, right. The world has evolved. The world has moved on. Mixed races have become more of a not an in thing. It's not a fad, but more of a common thing.
Right.
So in the event it hit the royal kingdom or whatever case may be, they should accept that. Yep. Move on with it. Your son fell in love with another. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But they had another viewpoint on it. It put her in a mental state that I hope her therapist is getting paid well, because she had suicidal thoughts from this. You know what I mean? And no one wants that for any black woman in any state. So, oh man, just terrible. Like, Oprah caught a bag though. Like,
oh yeah, always. Like, Oprah always makes out good in situations like this. I mean, and it's tough, right? Because it's the royal family. You would never think that, this was something that they would be placed into, right? Mm-hmm. And then Meghan Markle, I mean, yes, you're absolutely right. For her to ever feel like she was in an uncomfortable situation where she had thoughts of possibly taking her life because of what people were saying about what this baby's color is going to be, and what their status is going to be. And I mean, I commend her at least for going through it with the strength that she had, but it's weird, man, because the queen has she's never had any really like bad clouds or judgment or anything put against her. So now, and then like all these people are now trying to come to the defense of the royal family. But I mean, just because we like to have fun with these topics,
they need more people for that defense, man.
No, I hear you. But just because we like to have fun with these topics, I'd be concerned about the allegations, because it's just like who's gonna validate it? It's like her word against the royal families, and it's like, it's weird. Like even Bill Mayer said he thinks it's a load of crap.
You think so?
Yeah, he said it, and I'm like, I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying that, it's gonna be really, really tough. Like this is almost like at the beginning of the revolution with civil rights, and everybody was like, I didn't know you guys didn't have the right to do this. You know what I mean?
I just don't know how long they could be oblivious to what they're doing as well. Yeah, I mean, if a light is shined on it, you gotta understand that. Yeah. And not to get a taste of their own medicine, but with blacks or people of color in America, sometimes it's guilty until proven innocent.
Absolutely.
With her case and Oprah in her corner, like, hey, you heard what they said? They're not too happy.
Yep.
Right now they got that guilty light on them. You know what I mean? So I think that guilty light needs to stay on them until they can prove their innocence. And I don't think they got much proof to show on their end.
Yeah.
So shouts to Meghan Markle. Hopefully she's able to sustain this mentally and get through it.
Indeed, man.
Harry as well. Heard his brother's a piece of shit. But outside of that, I'm happy they moved on. They took his security from him. Yeah. Like, he's still a royal, no? Like, he's still got the bloodline. That's still Diana's son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gotta... Like, the fact that he did step out, they are willing to just strip him of all that. Granted, a lot of that was self-wanted on his end. Like, hey, if you guys feel this way, I'm taking me and my family. We're moving on to greener pastures where the air is a lot clearer. Right. So over here it's all very cloudy, and I don't want my new family in that environment. But, terrible stuff.
Yeah, man. We will see how that works out. So, I mean, we love to bring, really good questions to the show, because this is where we really get to interact with anybody who watches the show or listens in. So the first question I have is too much body hair a no-go?
Is it waxable body hair or body hair that you can't get rid of?
Well, I would hope you could get rid of all body hair. That would be fucking scary if there's body hair that you can't get rid of.
There's some sections you don't want to go to Ling Ling. Like, can you get can you get rid of this strip right here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that would be. I don't think that's body hair. That's a birthmark, man.
Or you're gonna have to just live with that.
That's it.
Funny.
That's it.
Too much body hair.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the texture. It's going to sound terrible.
You saw me look at you. Where's he going with this?
He said, I got to see how he cleans this up. But
I'm listening.
If it has like a when you go to the barber, if it's got like a 1 on it, I mean, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything over 1 is non-negotiable. You can't deal with it. It's too much hair. Like, it's too much. You shouldn't have to deal with that. Like, whether it be forearm or back, like, or butt hair. It's some places you shouldn't have that much there. If it goes beyond a 1 on the blade, it's too much. That's my threshold. Like, too much hair isn't bad. Like, but if it's over a 1, it's time.
Got you. Okay.
Ling got to get the wax.
So Ling got to get the wax.
What you think?
Me?
In your life, have you ever come across a woman with too much hair and you thought opposite of, oh God, it's like, that's your upper lip? Like,
so that's exactly where I was gonna go with. So it depends on the location of the hair for me.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm Georgia the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm the Amazon in my way through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But if we talking like 5 o'clock shadow hair, that's tough for me. You know what I mean? That's tough for me because, you know what I mean? Like, and this is nothing against anybody who has a certain preference. That's not my preference.
That's not my thing.
That's just not my thing. I don't judge anybody else who likes that. And ladies, if you have it, more power to you. You are beautiful. You know what I mean? That's just not for me.
Not for you.
You know what I mean? I can't do it. So, yeah. But otherwise, man, she could have like a Amazon back. You know what I mean? But then it depends, though, around, you know what I'm saying, the vaginal area. Because, you know what I'm saying, my beard can't be like colliding against other hair.
Hair versus hair.
Yeah, you know what I'm
saying? There's no winners. Family, that's like the Family Feud. Like,
exactly. Like, I can't be using, like, you know what I'm saying, bobby pins to keep one side of hair to the side, the other bobby pin to put the other hair to the side just so I can eat you out. Like, that's not going to work. You know what I mean?
You can't be downtown except for a pinche.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me get your pinche from your hair, baby girl. I got to tie this up down here.
Just want to regulate the grounds.
Yeah, now you got a little coochie ponytail. Like, I can't do that, man. Like,
you got a man bun down there.
Exactly. You got the coochie bun.
You can't have this. Like, you can't have it.
Yeah, you got the coochie bun. Nah, I can't do that. But other than that, man, I'm down, man.
God, I'm going to get shot. Landing strips.
Okay.
A thick landing strip. Like, it's a thin line, but if that line's thick, is that still too much hair?
No, I'm good.
All right. He said I'm all for the direction.
Yeah, as long as the clit is visible. You know what I'm saying?
Just for the record, it's never visible. It's evaded me my entire life. I'm just throwing it out there. It's evaded me my entire life.
As long as I can like see the vaginal area clear, that's cool for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I get the landing strip right before there. That's fine. Right. You know what I'm saying? You want to get your little Mr. T on, I'm down.
I'm down. All right. Understandable. All right.
Yeah. So in this part of the show, really like it. You know what I mean? Because we're going to go into something that's like a TikTok fad. So this TikTok fad, it has a twist where it's like, tell me your dog is clingy without telling me your dog is clingy, right?
Got it. Yes,
so
yes.
I thought since we both have wives that are Latina, it would be cool to say, tell me your wife is Latina without telling me your wife is Latina. So how would you do that?
Oh, I got one. All right. When my wife asks me what's for dinner or what do you want for dinner?
Right.
Normally in your head you might go through a whole like platter, like main portion, sides, something you may want on the whole dish.
Right.
In all actuality, she was just curious to know what meat I want. As far as, steak, pork chops, salmon, fish, whatever else I wanted was going to get ignored because whatever the meat I choose will be the meat that I have with the rice and beans because the rice and beans is coming anyway.
Right.
So when she asks, she's not that she's looking for a full meal from you. Like, it's cool to entertain the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me get, fettuccine Alfredo with the, you want shrimp with that, I guess? Yeah. All right, shrimp with rice and beans coming up. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what it is, rice and beans on the side with it. That's how I would let you know my wife is Latina without saying she's Latina.
That's cool.
That works.
Yeah. I feel that pressure sometimes too. So for me, I could tell you that by saying I have more old school salsa than I have old school hip hop on my playlist.
Well, I don't know. Your mom she's on the Spanish side of things too.
Right, but I was never that deep. I was never that deep, bro. Like, we grew up together, man.
Yeah,
Like, you ain't never
I
see
know.
me playing no Tito Puente or none of those.
They got
like,
joints.
nah.
They got a couple jams.
Yeah, I know that now. Yeah,
man, they got some jams. I still don't understand them, but they got some jams.
Nah,
they got some jams.
Yeah, definitely. But that's how I could tell you. Like, if you go into my playlist right now, I'll play some songs at parties, and people be like, "How the fuck do you know that song?"
You said, when did you come across?
Yeah, and I'll be like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? My wife is Latina." That's exactly how I got it.
Okay, so if I ask you, tell me without telling me, you would say, check my playlist.
That's it. That's my playlist will tell you that exactly. Absolutely.
All right. I'll let you know what's for dinner. I just care about the main portion. Nice. All right. Understandable. I don't know how I want to approach this one. All right. It's a bit of a gray area, right? As far as how one would feel, as especially your partner, so to speak, to anyone out there. Yeah. Not talking about me, Shawn, anyone here, of course. But we were curious to know what's worse for your partner to digest as far as bad news. Like, to hear that you've been like, as the kids say, sexting, where you're kind of becoming emotionally involved, back and forth, chit chat, building something, so to speak. Yep. Versus just flat out, sex with another individual. Like, came across a stripper, had a wild night. I'll never do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had to present this issue to your partner with one of the other options, like, which one would they be more lenient to? Are we asking for forgiveness right now? Is that what we're doing? Like, would you?
For me personally, so the way we're framing it is, what's the bigger cheat? Would it be if your partner slept with somebody else, or if they were like really like getting deeply involved with someone else while they were with you? And for me, personally, there is a difference, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if someone was just to cheat on me, like that's for me, that's hurtful. Like, I can't look at you no more. We're done. Like, that's it. But if you like honestly, like while we were together, like started like connecting with someone else and gave them your heart, and it was at least honest and gave me closure, I'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I would. Of course I'm a human being. It's gonna fucking hurt. Yeah. But I'd be all right with that, because you know what? That shit happens, bro. Like, if you're not doing your job in a relationship and you're just letting your partner connect with someone else, it's crazy. And even you have the people who sometimes they feel like they're doing what they're supposed to do.
True.
Okay. And I don't know if they're getting the response that they think they should be getting from their partner to let them know that they're doing that. But I don't know, bro. Like, but for me personally, it would be the stepping out and cheating, because we talked about it a little bit last episode. Like, that means like you really like done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not pleasing you sexually and you had to step out of the relationship or whatever, that's crazy.
That's a whole nother monkey on your back.
Yeah.
Okay. If I had to make a choice, though, if I would rather be presented like, yo, I was sexting with A, B, and C. It never went anywhere, but that's where we were. Yeah. Versus, yo, I just smashed, such and such. I was drunk. You know what I mean? Like, you're a dirtbag either way.
That's true. That is true.
That's tough to decide which one I would take as better news.
Actually, it's which one is the bigger cheat. So which one would hurt more?
Which one would hurt me more?
Yeah.
Finding out you built something else, or just the fact that you fucked up one time, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, if you build it, you can destroy it. The sex, I think the sex is gonna fuck with me more than the actual. I think the actual sex itself would fuck with me more than.
That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly. I felt the exact same way.
Because here's my weird take on it, I guess. You can never stop your partner from living life, having friends, of course, regardless of male or female, right?
Absolutely.
But you can stop. You hope you can prevent them mentally from going, hey man, don't go into that hotel. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do, don't do
Yeah,
that part.
that's exactly
You know what I mean?
it. Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, if you build it, you can destroy it as far as conversations and, you know, terrible messages over the time span, but
Yep.
there's no back button. There's no ABAB.
I agree.
I
know. I agree. No cheat backs. No left, right, select.
There's no, you can't, no game genie. You can't game genie this one. Like, you can't reset the life. So I think I would be more hurt with the sex part.
Yeah.
And shit, as an adult, even getting older, I'm feeling very Donnell Jonesy at this point in my life. It's like, yo, don't let me find out, bro. Yo, do your P's and Q's, crush your T's, dot your I's, bro. Don't let this hit my social media front. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to know this bullshit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It took me years to figure out what the fuck he meant. When he first dropped that song, I'm like, I don't want to know. What kind of punk nigga you?
I'm telling you, man.
You better want to know. That's your girl.
Out of sight, out of mind, man.
Out of sight, out of mind, man. Don't care about it.
Hell yeah.
It was a couple weeks ago, but me, a couple of my coworkers, we, you know, working, pumping these emails out. My boss just pops in the office real quick. You know, he was in a rush. He had to go. He had to break 100 real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, oh, anybody got change for 100? You know, everybody, you know, checking their wallet, you know, patting their pockets, like, oh, I only got 220s on. I was like, oh, I only got a 50. You know, everybody, like, just doesn't have the you know, the dime to get to 100 on them, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you guys are broke. Then he left. All my coworkers looked at each other like, why he acting like he don't know the pay rate right? This motherfucker.
Serious.
You know
He signed the checks.
So you signed the checks. You know why we broke. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, it was just a funny guy. It's like you couldn't say nothing to him. It was just like, we all like dumbfounded that it came out of his mouth. Like, yo, how would you, like, we're broke. Like, we know we're broke, but you can't tell us we're
That's
broke.
right.
Like, you of all people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was a wild, like, slap in the face, but it's just like, you know, but he's a playful individual, so we didn't take it seriously. But in the moment, though, we was just like, we always ready to stand up and go, I quit. Like, you know, but I need this job, so I'm going to sit back down. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But,
That's exactly
it was just wild. And with that, I'm just curious to know, like, have you ever come across where someone in a situation should not be asking this person said question, just due to the logistics of the relationship?
Right.
And I was just like, it's a dicey situation. Like, if you aren't involved with it, you shouldn't be involved with it. Don't cross the line, because that's not your part of the field. Like, with me and the kids, like, you're raising them. You're the parents. That's once in a while, if a TikTok dance come on, not that you leave your parents' dance, but you become a quick friend all of a sudden because you're doing this other dance that you didn't know how to do 10 minutes ago. But right after the video's over, you know, we're right back to this, hey, I'm back to the parent thing. And they kind of lose sight of, like, oh, wait, we can't go, like, do other kid stuff. Like, nope. It's 8 o'clock. Go take a shower. You know what I mean? Hope you have fun, but you worked up a sweat. Go take a shower. It's time to get to bed. You know what I mean? But some lines just shouldn't be crossed, and that was one of them.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's always tough, especially in the workplace. Because you develop relationships. You spend more time with the people that you work with than your own partner at home and your own kids. So, yeah, you would like to think that you can have that, yo, you saw the game moment, and then that, yo, you know, I need this by 3 o'clock moment. And there not be any confusion.
Yeah, you're like, oh, we're not. Oh, this is this is an executive order.
Exactly, right?
This isn't a friend request. This is an executive order. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you 3-on-1. See what you do. Like, out of spite, you know what
I
mean?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's always tough navigating that. Always.
Might be a stupid question. You ever found out you were the muscle too late?
Yeah.
Here's my unfortunate example. Friend of mine, you know, he's in construction. He goes, oh, Ken, you busy? I'm like, nah, what's up? He says, I'll be at your house in a little bit. All right. Comes to the house. I get in the car. He's always going to say, I just want you to look at this site with me. I'm like, all right, cool. On the way there, you know, I'm just thinking, like, you know, what we could do with the house, you know, make it bigger, and improve on the land. We get about a block away. He goes, yeah, like the realtor told me, like, there might be, like, a squatter there or something, you know what I mean? I was like, like a homeless person, like living in a home. I'm like, did you buy the house yet? He says, no, I just want to see how bad it is. I'm like, bro, you like 112 pounds with rocks in your pocket. Like, what if there is a squatter? What were you gonna do? He's like, so I called you just in case. I'm like, I'm like, dude, I'm the backup. I'm like, yo, what was you gonna?
Wow.
I could have brought a baseball bat with me or something. Like, you didn't say anything. You know what I mean? So we're walking through the house like, hello, hello. You know, checking rooms and shit. Like, thank God nobody was there. But you could tell someone left not too long ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was like, like the pee in the corner looked wet still. Like, it's like, oh, that didn't dry properly. Like, he may be coming back. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, dude, I hate when I'm security and I'm told that I'm going to be secure. On a wild, unfortunate tangent. Thankfully, I've never had to go to the cemetery to purchase a plot of land for, someone close to me that, would unfortunately have to be buried.
Right.
I found out recently that plots are actually sold in threes. Like, they don't just sell you one piece of area, so to speak, for the cemetery. And I was inquiring, I'm like, what do you mean, like, sold in threes? Like, side by side. She's like, no, like 1, 2, 3, like up to top to bottom. Mm-hmm. I'm like, there's more than one person in these plots? She was like, yeah. I was like, you fucking kidding me? I was like, that was something that, it was a question that never came up. Never thought about it, but it had me thinking. I was like, damn, should I go put my bid in now? Like, who would I want with me? You know what I mean, on the heavenly gates, knock on wood, if I'm up there, like, I don't know who my top 2 would be to ride with me out on this plot, on this never-ending journey called the afterlife. And I'm not even going to put names to it because I want to put that energy in the air. Yeah. But it did make me think about it. But, for those that don't know, plots are sold in threes, man. Yeah. Make sure your money's up because burials ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I saw a funny tweet. Somebody's like, damn, coffins is like $4,000. Like, yo, bury me loose, yo.
Seriously.
Yo, when I see the actual words "bury me loose" on it, I was in stitches. I was just like, yeah, I just gonna throw it back. I'm like, yo, this is mafia shit at the funeral. You just can't throw a body and throw
I'm telling you.
Wish the best to everybody.
Like, you literally got to start investing in your burial from the minute you're born. You know what I mean? Like, it's no joke.
Saving for death when you just came into life is a wild take. Yeah. Like, that's tough.
Yeah, and I mean, quick sidebar on the same topic though, and watching Earn Your Leisure, they were talking about how rich people manipulate life insurance. So what they talked about was most people think if I make enough money, I'll be good. I don't need life insurance because I can, just handle everything on my own. But what most people don't know is that there's a tax on your estate when you pass away.
Correct.
So now, what the rich people do is they get the highest premium of life insurance so that what their kids can do is they can cash out the life insurance, pay for the burial, funeral, pay the tax on the estate, and the estate is completely theirs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's a quick tip out there. If you don't, watch Earn Your Leisure, you should. But I learned that shit and I instantly looked at my premium and I was like, all right, let me make some adjustments while I'm still healthy and shit.
While I'm still the signee.
You know what I mean? Because that made perfect sense and that was stuff that I didn't even know.
Wow. Yeah, man. Death is a complicated field that
hell yeah.
We tried to avoid it just due to the magnitude and the finality of it, but it's something to look into. You know what I mean? For those that are, hey, if you're young and living life, please do so. But once you pass that 30 mark, just start cracking the books on it. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, you know what I mean? Because if you made it past 18, salute.
Yeah.
Live your 20s out. You know what I mean? You did it. You know what
Enjoy.
I mean? You made it out wherever you were. But if you hit 30, though, it's like, all right, time to come inside the house now.
Yep.
Let's read some more books and get some things going. I was in the barbershop the other day. Heavy debate. Right? And with men as they get older, it's usually one or two things. Either the hairline starts to recede or the grays come in. Rarely at the same time, though, if ever. But a couple guys, some bald, some gray, some, you know what I mean? And it was just like, yeah, man, my hairline started to go, and I just let it go. Like, fuck it, I didn't need this anymore. And then some people's like, yeah, mine's with gray. Oh, man, I was so mad. I kept dyeing it black and dyeing it black. I was like, well, if you had a choice, like if you started to see your hairline recede, and if you can save your hairline but go all gray, would you do so? Or if you saw your hair was getting gray, but your hairline was intact, would you keep it? How would you want to, if you had the choice of, would you rather keep your hairline or go gray?
I'd rather go gray.
Yeah, keep the hairline, of course.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping everybody would think.
Oh yeah, I want to keep my hairline, man.
There's a lot of old pimps at the shop, like, nah, man, gotta let the ladies know, man, this is fresh, man. Whether the line is back here or not, this is all black, baby. I'm like, bruh, it's like, that ain't the way, man. That can't be the way. But he's born in the 60s and the 70s. What am I tell him? Like, he done lived 2 of my lives. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's an old saying on that same topic. One of my cousins told me this shit. He was like, if you're balding in the front, it's because you're a thinker. If you're balding in the back, it's because you're a lover, right? Because the girls always grab you by the back of your head. But if you're balding in the front and the back, it's because you think you're a lover.
Oh, man. Couple dudes I know just flashing in my head. I was like, oh, he just got both.
Me dying.
Boy, think he a pimp. Oh, man. Let's move on to the politics. We got the politics on the situation.
Man. So we got Biden.
Hold on, let me check my TD app. Did the Stimmy hit? Did the Stimmy hit yet? Nope, didn't hit yet. Yeah, man. But Biden, man, he signed the 1.9 trillion stimulus bill for the American people.
Yeah, buddy.
Some people should have some money coming this week. If you got it already, let me know what you spent it on. I'm curious. Did you save? Did you pay some debt off? Did you pay your bookie? Like what you do? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, the memes are crazy right now. They're talking about people walking up in the lobster shop and talking about, you want the lobster? They're like, nah, man, give me the whale. I got money today, baby.
I need it all.
Yeah, but it's important to know. So yeah, on March 10th, they signed the bill. So now the final bill includes, of course, the $1,400 that you're gonna get in direct deposit payments. But I believe they said the dependents, they're gonna put that in your taxes if you haven't gotten it already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still cool, man. So if you out there with 4 or 5 kids, man, you about to make out good when you get your tax in.
Oh man.
And then there was another meme that said, when your taxes, payday, and the stimmy hit in the same day.
Man, listen, you got to call out of work just cause it's like, yo, why you not coming in? Yo, mental health day. I got to count this chicken. Like, you know, I got to count this chicken. The bank already counted for me. I want to count it one more time.
Yeah, but a lot of significant money goes to the state and local governments, to the schools reopening, expanding COVID-19 testing and research, which is the most important thing, right? Because we're all trying to get back to a new normal. And then, of course, $14 billion towards vaccine distribution.
Okay.
So he just did the address, I believe, on either Wednesday or Thursday. And he was talking about how he wants everyone to be eligible by May 1st and is looking to have new normalcy set by July 4th.
Gotcha.
You know, I mean, that's super aggressive in my eyes.
Well, he was aggressive out the gate. What was it? It was 100 play that he had. Was it 100 days, 100,000 vaccines?
Something
I'm
like
not sure if we hit that goal, but I think we're in the 70s as far as days. So you know, I mean, that number's coming up. I know CNN's gonna fact check him any day now, just to check his numbers to see where he is. But this past weekend, did you happen to see? Might have been the Saturday paper. They had Cuomo on the front, man, looking nuts.
Really?
He's looking fucking nuts.
Was
man.
this the one with the blanket or something?
Yes.
The cover of the
He's
sweater
out
or
there
something?
with a wine bottle. I'm like, yo, I'm like, who caught this photo? Like, shout to the photographer, but damn, like, you know what I mean? A lot of his cohorts and constituents like looking for him to resign. It's like, it's a lot of pressure coming from a lot of sides between the nursing home situation debacle, but then COVID and whether they should be admitted from hospitals back to, you know, I guess their care facilities.
You're right.
And then the whole scandal situation and more women popping out the woodwork. Not as many as Bill Cosby, I might add. But, you know.
Leave Bill alone, man. He's serving his time.
When 60 chicks pop up in the same week with a "Hey, me too" comment, like, yo, that's a little nuts. But I think he had like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? 10% less, but still. But between the scandals that are currently happening and then the whole COVID old nursing home issue still nagging,
right.
A lot of his executive branch of people within the firm of him, it's like, yo, maybe you should step down. Maybe you should resign. And he's like very adamant on not quitting. He's like, nah, man. I'm opening up restaurants to 50% this week. I can't do it. Like, it's like, yo, that's not going to save your job, bro.
And he's still tweeting about shit that, you know what I mean? Like, we just did this. We're working on this. We're welcoming people home that, you know, went out to D.C. to help with the resurrection. Like, it's
like nobody asked that.
Oh,
like, he's,
Lord, man.
I wish him, like, I don't know, but the Daily News had him looking nuts. And when I seen it, I was like, oh, this nigga got to resign. It's over for him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that's, talk about a fall from grace.
Yeah. Hey, man, he put a lot of years in, but
yeah.
Now that you look back, you're curious to know how many of them were good years. Didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But you know who else deserves a large, I guess, applause this week?
Who's that?
Brooklyn's favorite rapper.
Oh, Jay-Z. Jigga Man.
You know it. He did it again. Made another power move with selling half of Tidal to Square. Square is owned by Jack, who is also the owner of Twitter. So now this whole Twitter, Square / PayPal, I mean, not PayPal, / Cash App / Tidal music distribution space makes things very interesting. Like, before I even jump into what could possibly happen with those three brands kind of commingling, just for those keeping record with Jay-Z's finances, and I hate to watch any man's pockets, but this nigga's pockets is bulging. he been had the billionaire mark on I think an album or two ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? But his new acquisitions took him from $1 billion to like 1.4. In the last, I think it was 7-8 days.
Yeah.
He got, what was it? He got $315 from the Ace of Spades deal, and then another $300 or so from Square. That's $615 million in the last 7 business days. Not mad at that.
No,
yeah,
not at all.
But unfortunately, you know, all of the not the, I don't want to say it like that, but a lot of people that felt he was a front runner for the, you know, this is a black thing, this is us, we're doing it. They kind of feel like he's playing the corporate game. And I see their argument, but I'm like, Jay's always been a hustler where he would buy something for cheap, build it up to a certain market point, and then sell it, you know, to make a profit. That's the purpose of business.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Jay had a little rebuttal in regards to that, just stating, he said from the beginning, Tidal's about just not more than just streaming music. 6 years later, he remained the platform that supports artists at every point in their careers. Artists deserve better tools to assist them in their creative journey. Jack was one of the greatest minds of our times, and our many discussions about Tidal's endless possibilities have made me even more inspired about its future. The shared vision makes me even more excited to join the Square board. He's partnering now with a game changer, and he thinks it's going to be something good for all parties. Now, on the music end of things, if he's able to tie in someone looking to start a career in music, have the distribution from Tidal, be able to use or have access to Square / Cash App for direct payments to them, and then broadcast said introduction or just for promo purposes on the Twitter end of things.
Yeah.
That's the new independent deal.
Definitely.
Without having a deal at all.
Yep.
I got music distro. I got cash coming directly to my bank account.
Yep.
And I got the advertising machine of Twitter in my back pocket. Cash App Records is on the way.
That's
like, I know it is. Like, literally nuts. But shouts to Jay, man. Doing
That's
big
it.
things still. Like, and he's still smashing Beyonce. But you know, that's another ballpark, another game.
Yeah.
But yeah, shouts to Jay, man. Doing good things, big things.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
it's bittersweet here. As always, every episode there's been a COVID update.
Oh yeah, man. So
tell us about it, man.
So you know how it is, man. We like to bring you your COVID-19 updates fresh. So right now, there's an update on the CDC guidelines if you are fully vaccinated. But the most important thing is, what does fully vaccinated mean? Well, fully vaccinated means that you've gotten both of your doses. Not one, but both. But now with the new Janssen or the Johnson & Johnson, So now that one you'll only have to take one dose, but that means that you're actually fully vaccinated. So you have either both doses of the Pfizer or Moderna, or you've got the one dose of the Johnson and Johnson. So if it's been less than 2 weeks after you got those, you're still not considered able to go out with the new guidelines that they have. But if it's over 2 weeks, then now you are able to actually have a bit more flexibility when you go out. So you can actually go into some indoor gatherings with other fully vaccinated people, and y'all don't have to wear a mask. You can actually go out and actually be around other people who are not fully vaccinated, even some people who may have comorbidities where they have some sort of lingering illness and not be effective to them or infect them. So you can see now CDC with a little bit more data, with more people getting vaccinated, they're starting to say, okay, all right, we're seeing some flexibility here. We're seeing some actions. So maybe we can start, loosening things up a bit. So now eventually, the goal is for grandparents to, hug their grandkids.
Yeah.
For people, for people to go see their parents. That's the great thing. So you can gather indoors with unvaccinated people from one other household. What's the other thing they have here? If you've been around someone who has COVID-19, you do not need to stay away from others or get tested unless you have symptoms.
Got it.
So you can see how they're, you know what I mean? But they're still saying, hey, listen, you still want to practice social distancing. You still want to wear your mask when you're out in public. So for the most part, it's closed gatherings with select people, and mostly if they're fully vaccinated, you can go back to normal interaction.
Nothing wrong with keeping the thermometer by the door, people.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And now Cuomo just announced the expansion of the COVID-19 vaccine to, I believe, on March 10th for now New Yorkers age 60 years or older. Okay. All right. So the hope is by in 2 days, March 17th, public-facing government and public employees can get it. Not-for-profit workers who provide public-facing services to New Yorkers in need, essential in-person public-facing building service workers. So you can see now they're starting to increase the eligibility and stuff like that. And then also what Boston is doing, which is really interesting, that's making healthcare providers really ramp up on doing the vaccines. They're actually doubling what they're going to pay. You know what I mean? So right now here in New York State, I mean, not too many hospitals are billing for the administration as of yet, but for the ones that are, it's only about $45 what you're getting reimbursed. So out there, they're doing $90. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's interesting because now the Boston private insurer companies are going to come back for that money through the premiums. Yeah. So
insurance rates going up, folks. If you wasn't sure before, now you know.
Hell yeah. Up. But in related news, though, Texas said, fuck it.
The day after the last show. The day after our last show.
Yeah. Texas said, fuck it.
The mayor said, fuck it. Everybody's open, 100%. No mask mandate. Good luck.
Yeah, Governor Greg Abbott. Yep, exactly.
I don't know, man. I guess they got on Florida time. But yeah, I know. It's weird because I just had the whole issue with the bad weather, shutting all shit down, everybody's house frozen pipes.
Right.
They had a state of emergency declared by Biden some time ago, just to help the situation or relieve what they are going through. He turned around and said, "Yeah, I see what we're going through. Keep the mask at home, though." Like, I seen little kids with mask burning parties with their parents behind them in front of the Capitol building. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, where are your parents? But they're standing right behind them. I can't even ask them anymore. Like, the kids are being instructed to do this because they think it's the thing to do because their parents told them. But how do you tell a kid, yo, that person that's raising you, yo, they're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I can't tell you not to live with them because I'm not going to raise you. But, hey, man, Google something else when you go home. You know what I mean? It's wishing the best.
And then by like March 9th, Houston reports uncontrolled breakout of UK variant. So 7 days later.
Shocker. Didn't see that coming. You ain't even got the regular COVID. You got the COVID 2.0 shit. Like, it's wild. Wild. Ugh. Oh man, random shit. All right. Remember Jeff Bezos, the mega billionaire?
Yeah.
Divorced his wife, gave her a substantial sum of a few billion. Like, hey, we're no longer working out. Cool. She moved on. Ended up marrying a Seattle teacher and it was a teacher in a school that their kids went to. So now I got some questions.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know. Like, I'm pretty sure nothing happened during, of course. I assume she's a respectable woman.
Yeah.
But at some point during the divorce or after the divorce, he had the muster to go, "Hey man, how are you doing? Do you like coffee? I like coffee." Like at some point he had to approach her, you know what I mean? And she accepted the offer.
Yep.
You know, something began and they moved on to get married. And as soon as he got married to her, he made her give away some more money to some more donations. Like I was just like, yeah, he's just like, he's probably never gonna teach you another class another day in his life. He's like,
right.
I just married a billionaire because you know her ex-husband was a billionaire. So now we're billionaires. Then we're gonna do the billionaire thing, philanthropy. We're gonna give out money all day long because hey, it wasn't mine anyway. But I always wanted to do this. So so now I can give out millions to corporations I cared about. Yep. I know Jeff Bezos was just looking at him like with the fake smile face because there's so many cameras. Like, you little bitch. Like, you know what I mean? He's just looking at, I would have took the kids out of school. I would have did some other shit if I was him. Just because I had that much extra money. But she moved on. Kudos to her.
Yeah, definitely.
Kudos.
So with this next one, of course, we're staying in the random shit section. So I found it funny. There was a meme where homegirl was talking about voice notes. Now, I'm a big fan of voice notes because I don't like to text too much. I feel like I just need to get out what I need to get out, and that's that. So, but in this particular one, she said, why he keeps sending voice notes? How I'm supposed to respond if I'm with my nigga?
Damn.
I found that hilarious. I just want to throw that out there. Just be like, are you a fan of voice notes or it's all about the text?
I'm still texting. Mm-hmm. I might use the speech to text once in a while if I'm driving.
Okay.
But yeah, the whole if I do if any voice notes I've done, it's been like a 4-second funny clip. Nothing crazy. No real information I ever delivered via voice note. But I gotta start getting used to it because it's the wave of the future.
Yeah.
Discord and Clubhouse, just talking gets a lot more across than word.
Yep.
So I gotta get with the times.
Hell yeah. And with this next one, I mean, it just came to me because, you know, right now with everything that's going on with racism and bias and how we got to sit down and have a lot of tough questions, not just about that, but even just about, you know, transitional surgeries. A lot of stuff is happening where we're going to have to not just sit down and talk to people about it, but we're going to have to listen. Mm-hmm. And my real question is, are people really paying attention and working on the art of listening?
When I was young, Mom always said, baby, you got 2 ears, 1 mouth. If you don't understand the issue, shut up. Understand it some more. Mm-hmm. And once you fully get it, then have a comment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I tell the same thing to my kids. Baby, if I'm talking and you're talking, you're not even listening.
Right.
So you got to understand how to do it in order to have a real conversation. Because if you already have an answer prepped, ready to go in your head before I'm even done with the question, you didn't even digest what I was telling you.
Right.
Take a minute to digest. Listen to what's happening in the conversation. Think about it, and then respond.
Yeah.
A lot of adults don't even get this.
Not at all.
No, I wish them the best.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. I mean, it is one of the worst practices ever. There are people who cut people off, and they, to your point, they didn't even get their full sentence out from the person that's talking. And it's like, okay, what are we doing here if the purpose isn't to sit and listen to this person when we're here to talk and, you know, hear what they have to say. And it's even worse now virtually because there's the delay.
Correct.
In the voice. So now the people that cut people off, now it seems extra rude now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, these Zoom calls got a little cutthroat.
Yo, and I just be there and I just be like, this is going to be so long because everybody's trying to talk over everybody and everybody thinks the other person's done talking, but really they have another sentence that's following. We just didn't get it yet. I mean, it's disgusting, man.
It's nasty out there.
Yeah, man.
It's nasty out there.
Nope.
You remember Real World, not the Dave Chappelle skit, but the actual Real World, the MTV.
Yes.
It started with New York, probably 30 years ago now. But what MTV is doing is they're bringing them all back.
Right.
The same exact crew. Putting them in, I believe they even putting them in the same exact apartment that they had back then. Like it still exists.
Shit. Okay.
You know what I mean? Of course, with 2020 updates like cable, Wi-Fi, but they're putting them back together in this, and a lot of the topics that they're having or conversation that they're having, they had 30 years ago. It's just with a newer lens. There was some people on the show that just came out of being exploring their sexuality on live television, and now at this point we could kind of question. Well, they were able to question those individuals. How's it been since the show ended? Like,
right.
And some have great responses. Some like, dude, it's been fucking nutsense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's been bothering me about A, B, and C, and I don't have answers for them. I can't tell you how to live your life. I only can live mine. But let me be as a learning point on what not to do, you know? But, I think they re-premiered it on, back on the 4th, a couple of days after we ended the last show. So, I haven't seen it, of course, because I wasn't really into the original.
Right.
But the fact that they're bringing it back, I'm a little nervous to know, is MTV reaching? Are they looking for ratings?
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing. If you're not watching music videos, and if you are watching music videos, you usually go straight to YouTube.
Yep.
And let that happen. Tuning in to them at 4 o'clock like you used to for TRL purposes isn't a thing. So if them revamping old shows is a thing that they're looking to bring ratings and dollars back to the company, I think it's time to start looking at another way to incorporate another avenue for MTV. Whether it be through an app. Like, you guys, you're supposed to be music based.
Right.
They never thought of doing a music app. Like, just.
I think they're like, how can I frame this? They probably have such a big, I want to say, machine behind them, because they probably could have suffered the same Blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? Crush. Like, I think I saw a meme the other day, like, Netflix is going to do a documentary on Blockbuster. And somebody put, how you going to make a film about the nigga you killed? Like,
That's cold.
Like, it's crazy. But I feel like since MTV has such a big machine behind it, that's the only reason why it's still around. It's still surviving. Okay. Because literally, like you said, everything that MTV used to be infamous for, you can go to other channels, other streaming sites and get.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
tune in anymore,
Yeah, but they've been very good about not letting any of their content live on any of those streaming sites.
Correct.
So that's another thing. Like I said, they got a good machine behind them. A lot of these other, channels were like, well, fuck that. We got our show on your shit. No, let's just create our own shit. Like, now, by the time I'm done, bro, I'm gonna have like 15 streaming accounts
easily.
Because this Paramount Plus shit is coming.
Yep.
And that looks enticing. I just got HBO Max. That shit is off the chain.
I got to get that.
Yo, it has like everything, bro. I gotta everything. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, like MTV, I agree with you. I think it's a reach.
All right. So I wish I got to catch one of these episodes just to see what they look like now out of curiosity. But if you haven't, if you are a fan of the old show, they got the new one out, the reunion version of it, or the homecoming, what they called it. Tune in, let us know what you think of it. Fake curious.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen this, but China's been doing COVID testing for anyone coming into the country.
Yep.
As they should be.
Yeah.
But they weren't taking the typical nasal route. They've been going the anal route. Japan has officially asked them to cease this way of testing. It's starting to psychologically screw with people who have to like come into go into the country, whether it be for business, pleasure, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And come back home. They're like, it's just like, they wide eyed. Like, like they're woke now. Like, what I'm saying? It's like, man, I was violated. And I was negative, man. They could have definitely went through the nose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Japan officially asked China to stop anal COVID testing, like, because it's causing psychological harm to not only their own, habitants, but people around the world. Like, so hopefully, China listens and they can test normally like every other continent out there. Like, what I mean? I agree. But that's nuts. That's super nuts that it even started that way. But it's nuts. Yeah. Oh, God. Cancel culture, man. They're back. in a way that we brought up Mr. Potato Head as far as the Mr. being dropped and the Potato Head for the company being the thing.
Yeah.
But now it seems cancel culture has come from, I can't even say one of my old faves anymore. I'm a little nervous. But Pepe Le Pew, man, they got him. He's been taking the pussy like Chappelle said for years. Like he's just taking the pussy like Pepe.
Yeah.
He's been doing this since the 50s. Him, Penelope, poor girl. But now when you look at the same cartoon, they canceled Dr. Seuss for less. When you look at the same cartoon with the 2021 lens, it's like, oh my God, is this rape culture?
Yeah.
He's just forcing himself onto this poor skunk.
Mm-hmm.
And we did not. I don't know if we understood it as kids. We just like, oh man, Pepe really likes her and she really hates him. Ha ha ha. That's all it was at the point in time. But now it's just like they're kind of turning up the volume and the heat on the issue. And Pepe lost his job with Space Jam. He's not even in the movie anymore because of this.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm fake waiting for him to have his press release and his little apology letter. Like, hello, his whole. I want somebody to draw up a whole mock him coming to the stage, pulling out a piece of a letter of some sort, telling the public he's sorry. Like I hope it's like an old Pepe too. Like, because he's grown with time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could totally see South Park doing something with that.
Oh, can't wait. But yeah, Pepe's canceled, man. They took him out of Space Jam. They cut his checks. The culture, man, they got him.
Yeah,
they
man.
got him.
Damn. Hold your head, Pepe.
Hold your head up, Pepe, man. I can't stand with you, but you know what I mean.
Nah, not at all.
But I understand.
Yep. Yep. Shit stinks.
Oh man. And other unfortunate news, not unfortunate news. You kind of deserve this, but Ann Herbert, she's an executive at Nike. Her son was misusing her charge card to buy massive quantities of shoes, and then reselling it on his personal website. Able to obtain shoes from like the warehouse at discounted prices, able to secure exclusive releases because we've all had the sneakers app, the 958 rollover in bed.
Yep.
Throw your bid in, roll back over, you come back 10 minutes later, you weren't picked, you move on with your day.
Yeah.
But it seems he's been able to cut the line many a time and, just get to the point where he is misusing the platform or the ability to get these shoes for, same price as everybody else would have, but he's then reselling. And now the bigger question was, Nike knew of this a few years ago.
Yeah.
But they did nothing. Now, is Nike in the resale market? Of course they are. They just can't tell you because, we have a retail price.
Yeah.
So now with this new layer through the executive and they kind of put a blind eye on it. So now I'm curious to know how does this work. Remember when Foot Locker joined GOAT or they combined forces to some extent. GOAT is a huge reselling app. I think 60% of their base is based off of hyped up footwear.
Yeah.
Soon as Foot Locker became a part of that, I assume half of Foot Locker stock just diminished and went straight to the GOAT app for above retail prices.
Yeah.
Why not? They're going to buy it anyway. The sneaker consumer keeps willing to buy these same shoes for astronomical prices over retail. And as long as they keep buying them, they're going to keep the numbers where they are. There's just no comeback. But Ann Hibbert stepped off the board. I kind of feel bad for her because she's been at the company for like 20, 25 years. And it's a male-dominated industry, honestly. It took her this long to get to her position and for her to have to step down because of her son doing some dumb shit and not covering his tracks and doing interviews about the issue. It's just unfortunate for her, but even stupider for the son to think going on a Bloomberg article read was going to help you. Are you trying to further the business that you shouldn't have in the first place?
I mean, honestly, I'm not sorry for anything that happens to Nike. I feel like, and it's just me as a fellow consumer. Like when it comes to sneakers, I think they have to work. I think the sneaker game is just so saturated right now with bullshit. Like this is ridiculous. Like we know you guys aren't paying that much to make the sneakers.
Pennies on a dollar.
Exactly. You're creating a market for resellers and for people to turn into pretty much crabs in a barrel.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm not sorry for Nike at all. And I agree with you. I don't feel like it's fair to her because her son made a mistake. He should go through the natural process that any person who does some sort of, incriminating act should go through. But why should she suffer? Unless.
She was only suffered named because it was her card he was using.
No, I listen. I get it. You know what I mean. But the son has already taken ownership, and you're gonna lose someone who's in a prominent position that I'm assuming has been beneficial to the company because of something that their kid did. You know. Now I get what Nike's saying. You should have been smarter with your card. You know, like I'm sure he didn't creep through your things and find it. You probably gave it to him.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I just feel like, Nike needs to calm down a bit. You're a fucking $1 billion company.
Yep, yearly.
You mean to tell me that you couldn't handle this differently?
They could have done anything.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
They definitely threw a blind eye on it and said, hey, let's see what happens.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, let him suffer. You know what I mean? Let him do some time. You know what I'm saying? That's credit card fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like,
credit card fraud with authority. I don't know. How does that work?
So if I'm a Nike exec, all right. So I would need more details. So let me backtrack. If I'm a Nike exec and I get a card, and my kid is an authorized user, right? The issue is the quantity that he purchased and then what he did with it after it. That's the issue that Nike has. That's no different than what any retail person is doing, except they're not getting it at a discount price.
Very true.
You know what I mean? And let's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm like, I would need more details on it. Just from reading everything on the surface, it just seems like, really, Nike? Like, you know how many people are reselling your sneakers for ridiculous prices? And you fire the person that works for you?
No, and there's another weird thing. They didn't fire her.
She resigned.
She resigned.
Yeah.
Mainly probably because it was bringing negative light to the company. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to just cut my losses and move on. Crazy. Onto like the whole music thing. It seemed. Oh no, there was another thing. Papa John, the founder, so to speak. He did an interview recently where he feels he had to make it a goal, and he struggled with removing the N-word from his daily vocabulary.
Fuck Papa John's founder.
I never liked your pizza anyway. But it was just weird to me that he struggled to keep this out of his vocabulary, or the act of. My whole thing is, if you struggle to remove it, how often were you using it?
Thank you.
Like, it gets hard for me. Like, I try to reduce it out of my normal chit chat, and it's tough for me just because I used it so often. You know
exactly.
What I mean? But the N-word slips on my end at least 6 times a day. You know what I mean? But for you, bro, how many? Yeah. Who else? What other conversations you felt
telling you,
were
man.
good to have with them?
I'm telling you. Yep.
That's nuts. But yeah, fuck you, Papa John.
Yep.
Oh man, more sad entertainment news. J-Lo and A-Rod called it quits.
So it's funny. I'm seeing mixed reviews. Like I saw that come out. Then I saw something come out saying that it's not that they're breaking up. People got things mixed up, but they are working on their relationship. But then you see, they're sharing tweets from A-Rod asking about how people, what are people getting into this weekend? Like, honestly, at this point, I'm treating this one like Erica Mena and Safari. Like, honestly, man, who gives a shit?
Nobody cares.
You know what I'm saying? Who gives a shit? Like, these are two rich people that are well off that are having not even marital, relationship issues. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, man.
You know what I mean? Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Every time J-Lo goes through another breakup, divorce, or the case may be, I always see Puffy in the back of my mind doing the Birdman hand rub. Like,
yeah.
He said, one more down. Like, get them all out because I'm next,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But, hopefully, I know Puffy still loves him, man. He would love to have that whole thing back. But I don't know. We'll see if it works this time.
Yeah.
Did you, quick jump to music. Did you hear Drake's 3-pack?
I heard one song. I heard the joint with Little Baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the Little Baby part for a sec. That boy good.
Yes.
Like ever since you introduced me to that freestyle video a year or two ago, like I've been on him heavy since. But the way he attacked the beat on this one, like he never let up. Like it was a point in time, like, all right, he's about to do something else now. he stayed on that beat's ass for, for the whole duration of the verse. Yep. I was just like, I forgot Drake was on the song. I'm like, that's not Drake's song anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know who approached who with it, but that is no longer his song.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think there's you know what it reminded me of? Remember Renegade?
Yeah.
You thought after Biggie, not too many people would hang with Jay on a track.
Correct.
And then
Eminem.
Jay-Z did Renegade with Eminem, and you listened to Eminem's part, and you were like, you forgot Jay-Z was on the song. Yeah. Like, you kept just replaying his verse. I literally got that same feeling in this song. Like, this was the first time I felt like the other verse was better than Drake's verse. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow. Like, this kid is just getting better.
Yeah, he said, what did he say? I'm not the GOAT, but I got the credentials or something like that. I got the features of one. I don't know, but the boy's good, man. Keep on out rapping whoever you want, man. Keep power to you. Yep. But one of the other songs on that 3-pack was something called the Lemon Pepper Freestyle, where Rick Ross is at the beginning, and then Drake goes on for like 5 minutes on one of his numbered time and location kind of flows, where he kind of, whenever he slows down, just slows his tone down and just talks to the people and does that, like he's just tired of it all in between the bars and oh man, that's the best Drake out. Yeah. Hands down. Like whenever he delivers that version of him where he's just talking his shit because it's all true.
It's magic.
It's magic, man.
It is.
Yeah, man.
It is pure magic.
Good. Like, but now I'm just more curious because it's supposed to be an album dropping in February. He never did it. And then he gave us a 3-pack, all Flame songs. I liked all 3 of them. But he might be like, I think all 3 songs are like in the top 5 of the Billboard 100 last week. So now I'm curious, and I'm like, if Drake just chose with the new streaming world, if he's like, you know what, I'm not going to give the world 15 songs at a time. Yeah. As far as albums. Like, if he 3-packed us to death for every 2 weeks and just kept breaking new single records, because every 2 weeks, oh shit, new Drake. Yeah. Those 3 songs get 1 million, billion views. 2 weeks later, oh wow, another 3 songs from Drake, new, and they're all Flame. Yeah. Those 3. I think he's on his LeBron route, just finding other ways to be great at everything else. Yep. But he's good, man. He's untouchable at this point. He's the top of the food chain as far as that. Hell yeah. Like Jay's up there, but he's like, I'm not hungry no more, bro. Yeah, so that's it. Let the young eat whatever's here, and Drake is eating. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We'll see if he ever drops that album though. We're still looking for it. I'm looking for it personally.
Everybody is.
Yes.
So we got Cardi B, man. It's been a while since Bodak Yellow. Yeah. But great news, man. Certified Diamond.
That's big, man. It was a freestyle, no?
I think that was a song. I don't remember it being a freestyle. Like she was like hard in the studio about it.
Yeah, when she did it. Okay. Yeah. All right. But if I'm not mistaken, she's the first female to have a diamond single, something like that.
Oh shit!
And it was
really
weird.
Nicki ain't knocked that out.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, Nicki had to do it at some point. You know what I mean? But I don't like Nicki's got diamond albums. Yeah. And, you know what I mean? I don't think she ever had a diamond single on its own right. You know. So and then I'm like, wait, Lauryn Hill had to do something, right? No, like I know she just went down. Yeah, that was the album. But that was the album. You know, I mean, no one song by itself was able to achieve the stature. But shouts to Cardi.
You know what?
Stand up.
Yeah, you know what? I could see that because Bodak Yellow, like the way that hit. Yeah. Like it was one of them joints that you didn't. I think it was because nobody saw her doing that, and the way it caught on, like Nicki had a particular brand and a particular audience she was going at. Cardi's audience is higher volume than Nicki's volume. You know what I'm saying? Nicki's audience. Like she's rapping to the chick that's on the block, that's smoking stogies, that's you know what I mean, that's about to hit the strip club, that's at work, but really has like she just has a bigger volume, and I think when they connected with her from loving hip hop and then she made that transition to rap, it just put her in a whole nother realm. Yeah. And then to drop Bodak Yellow the way she did and as raw as that cut was. Yeah. I mean, forget about it, bro.
Like everyone sung it. Like kids, grandmother. Like it was everywhere. Yeah. At all events. Like It was wild, but congratulations.
Yeah, and then I think you would, you were talking about this earlier, like her raw sexuality is what difference, what I'm saying, like separates her from Nicki.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they both have, it's weird because they both bring the colorful, vibrant visuals as far as this is my song, this is my big bubbly video entertainment, so you can kind of put one together. But the willingness, the fact that she's willing to add the raunchy words, the extra sex appeal to it still sells. Like, sex will always sell, and she understands that. So she's like, if I could take a little bit of you and a lot of me and just smack it together, I'm going to keep this ball rolling until I get an FCC warning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and the behind the scenes helps, too. Like, Nicki ain't really let you into her life the way Cardi did.
That's a fact. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you never really got
to see. Because they make that same case for LeBron. If Michael Jordan would have let people into his life the way LeBron did, you know what I mean? I mean, Michael Jordan's still Michael Jordan.
Of course.
But imagine him with a Twitter and a Instagram account at
97.
dinner with Patrick Ewing talking about, look at this bum. I'm about to drop 30 on him tomorrow.
Still thinking about that layup.
Yeah, I'm about to drop 30 on all these dudes tomorrow, and here they are having dinner at my house.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Jay would. Oh man, Michael Jordan would have been disgusting.
Yo,
he'd have been disgusting on Twitter. In 96.
You can imagine Jordan with some locks and.
Imagine him tweeting from the dunk pen. I'm never going back to the league. You niggas is bums. Like, yo, disrespectful. He's like, yeah, let Houston get one. It's like, never in my life. Like, it would have been terrible.
Hell yeah,
terrible. More music news. Weeknd is officially telling his team to no longer submit his music for Grammy nominations. He is officially boycotting the Grammys.
Good for you, Weeknd. Good for you.
I'm happy he did it because everyone's had silent kind of boycotts where they're just like, I'm not dealing with it. I don't want to show a face for it. Whatever the Grammys do, it's not for us anyway, blah, blah, blah. But he was, sounds like he's one of the first to stand on his pedestal to go, listen, I am no longer contributing to this machine of the Grammys. And you heard some rumblings with it prior to Super Bowl where they kind of pulled him away from it because he was so active in the Super Bowl coming up. And he wasn't sure what his role would be, but him being a main headline, he kind of scaled back whatever he was supposed to do for Grammy weekend. And he kind of took that personally.
Right.
So, kudos to Weeknd, man. Boycott him, fuck him. Jay-Z hopefully will come up with another Rock Nation brunch / award ceremony to make it better. And, also with the Grammys, Beyonce is no longer, like, she's on the silent end of the protest. Whereas she's been the most nominated artist. You know, I think this year she's up for Song of the Year. And she won't be performing. She won't be in attendance. She won't be there. They ask her about it. She just goes like, Raisin Blue and some twins. You know what I mean? Like she just I moved on from it. She's kind of just disengaging herself from the whole Grammy limelight as well. So yeah, man, fuck them. Don't need them. We don't need them.
100%. So this is our favorite part of the show where we get into appreciation time, and we're in Women's History Month, as we stated on the March 1st episode. March 8th is officially International Women's Day, or was officially International Women's Day. And it's pretty cool because I just learned that this is like a real big thing overseas. You know what I mean? Like, I have a coworker who was like, you used to have to like bring a lady flowers, and it was like, it's like a real recognition, and that's hence the name, right? International Women's Day.
Correct.
So it just made me curious why it wasn't such a big thing in the U.S. But I think the most important thing is that we over here start to understand that recognizing women is something that's very important, is key. Because, they're the foundation, man. They're the ones that make everything go. And, we just wanted to send our appreciation to all the ladies out there who support Freedom Cage Podcast, who listen to Freedom Cage Podcast. Know that we love you, we care about you, and we hope that, everything is going really good.
Yes. It's funny, although it's only considered a day. I've seen a lot of social media female personalities going, yeah, it's the day, but we'll take the month. It's like, I'm like, hey, and you guys deserve it. You can take every day in March you want to. And any other day for us of the year for that matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Shout to all women, moms, daughters, children included.
Yep.
Oh man, Ari Lennox, like, she's been my cocoa butter baby for some time. You know what I mean? I love the way she was when we first seen her on the scene. But I don't know if you've seen her as of late, but she's been sweating and working out a bit more.
Okay.
She was a joint before. Don't get me wrong. But she's like a joint now. Like, you know what I mean? She's doing things like, you know, and like I said, she was beautiful the way she was when she came on the scene. Mm-hmm. But she's been, you know, toning up, doing what she gotta do. I guess getting her personal whatever behind her.
Yeah.
I just want to let her know she is appreciated. She is definitely much appreciated.
We appreciate you, Ari. Definitely. Another female who is really, I mean, just still, ever since she's touched social media, to me, she's owned it. Mm-hmm. And that's Chloe Bailey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
she's putting her foot in this.
Like this is all strategic. Like, I know Beyonce's somewhere behind the scenes, like pulling all the strings on this because it is just so timely. Her and Haley, they're just magic together. Yep. And listen, Haley's no slouch either.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Haley is beautiful. So, but the key thing about it is she just remixed Your Mind Still. Have you heard it yet?
I have not.
Bro. Make sure you go check it out.
Let me write that down.
Her voice is immaculate, but the way she manipulates the lyrics, and I mean, like, it's just, I love the fact that they're both connected with Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, that just means that they're in great hands, and they're going to do great things going forward, because I can just imagine what she has planned for these two girls, these two black queens who are just tearing it apart. But we do want to send appreciation to Chloe, because not only is it sexy, it's classy what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just perfect for young girls to see somebody, you know, owning their sexuality, owning who they are in the classy way that she's doing it. So,
and with immense talent behind it as well.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man.
But it's funny because her and Haley, they're not twins, they're sisters, correct? They're not they're both. But they're not. Are they like fraternal twins or?
That's a good question. I honestly didn't do that much research.
I wasn't sure if they were twins or just like sisters that were close in age.
Right.
But with all twins are siblings within closer age. I hate to put a woman versus against another woman, but with twins that you come across, there's usually one that does something better than the other one. I don't want to have that talk.
Me neither.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Listen, yeah. It's very rare you run into a set of twins that both have the same, you know what I mean, qualities.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Correct. Like, there's always something that's different and something that's better in the other one. But, I mean, that's the beauty of it, man.
Yes.
Yep.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Shout out to the Bailey sisters.
Yes, indeed. And listen, I'm not for the, you know, shenanigans with Erica Mena and Safari, but I am for how she is lighting up social media right now.
But the breakup, man, you know how it goes. The photos get better, the hair gets cut, like things are different, man.
Exactly, like, and it's not even like it's a snapback, it's a glow up. Erica's always been on point, but you know that this is like targeted towards, oh, you think you're going to do better than me?
Facts.
You think you're going to find a chick better than me? That can talk that shit, that can look a certain way? Like, I don't know, because she could definitely find her a better dude. Like,
any day now. You know what I mean? She do got some extra baggage with her now.
You know what I mean? Like, I know NBA players are looking. I know a couple of, you know, NFL players are sitting there looking like,
are you free?
Yeah, like, they're just waiting it out. They are just waiting it out, man. But shout out to Erica, man. Go ahead and, yeah, man. It's a vicious game when you break up, bro. Vicious.
Oh, man. Away from the lovely ladies, of course. I want to give a quick appreciation out to Westside Gun, man. He was able to open up his store, Buffalo Kids, out in the Galleria Mall.
Nice.
And it's not like it's not your typical store. Like, of course, he has merchandise, but he's also introducing art into the culture because he's heavy on the art side of things.
Right.
So he has his personal art pieces and other, you know, famed portraits, I guess, from different artists throughout the world. And every day since he's opened, like, the line has been around the corner. Like, the mall's never seen anything like this unless it was like a Jordan release.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So the fact that he's introducing this type of culture that is hip hop based, But just let you know that we are able to expand our wings and do many other things that we're still interested in, still able to bring people into.
Dope.
And just to let you know, we have another layer of what we can do here.
Dope.
So shouts to West Side, man. Love what you're doing out there. Keep it moving.
Indeed, man. Keep it up, brother.
Oh, another quick, man. Remy and Pat, man. It's when you are with another person in the same household that you are not only are able to have children with, but can go bar for bar with.
Yeah.
On a hip hop level, that's I don't know how they would do it. Like I know they've had competitions with, I mean, just like let's just rap to each other all day. Let's see if we can do it. Just regular conversation, but put it in bar form. And I'm pretty sure they've been able to do it. But they did a quick Queen and King freestyle for URL prior to their URL presentation of King vs. Queens, and they killed it. It's always good to see Remy because every time you see her, she looks better than what she did the time before. I don't know how she does it. And Pap, Pap's always gonna pap you to death. He's gonna give you the metaphors, give you the bars, give you the Brooklyn. But to see them back, back to back going for it, nothing but love for him. So another quick appreciation.
Yo, I gotta give it to Remy. Like that. Like not too many people sound good rapping with Pat. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people have sounded good on the track that Pat was on, but Remy came with it. Like I think Remy has some pent up aggression towards everything right now. Like I don't think she needs the respect on her name because she is Remy Ma, but I think she feels a way about where the female rap game is going right now, and I can see her prepping maybe 2 or 3 artists right now to just come and just like kind of how Biggie came on the scene when everything was about, you know what I mean, looking good and feeling good. I got a feeling there's about to be a bunch of chicks that's just gonna come and be like, I'll stab your butt implants. You know what I mean? Like I'll snatch that Birkin bag off you and gun butt you. And I think there's one of them that's running with like Benny and all of them.
Ooh,
and Conway. I think it's like 7. I'm probably pronouncing her name terrible.
She's good too. I want to say Chanel's in it for some reason, but she's super good as well.
Yeah,
I'll give you her name before, if not during the show right after.
Yeah.
But, she's been representing for the hood chicks as well. We appreciate that.
But I feel like that revolution's coming, bro. Like I feel like sex ain't never going nowhere, but I feel like that revolution is coming. There's gonna be some raunchy ass girl that's just gonna come through and wreck the game, and then they're gonna do a remix with Young M.A. and they're gonna tear it up.
Armani Caesar.
There you go. Yep, that's it.
But that's it. Shouts to her. Shouts to chicks keeping it sexy at the same time though. I got the hammer in the purse.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. It's a fine line, but a lot of them walk it well.
Yeah, man. So I can't wait for that.
Oh man, to wrap this out. Anything new that you've been watching? What you've been listening to?
So I'll get into what I've watched first, and then things I want to watch. So Judas and the Messiah, bro. That movie, like I remember hearing about the story of Fred Hampton from my brother and then reading about it. But watching that movie, it really put me in a deep, like dark place because that's some real shit, man. Like people can hate something so much that they will do anything to see it crumble. If it means killing and framing and just dismantling, like it's ridiculous what this government has done just to keep black people down. And nobody's paid for shit.
Nope.
Nobody. I walk around, not walk around, I log on every day and I feel like, we're making an impact. Yeah, they have all these initiatives going on. But then I watch a movie like that and it's good because it humbles me and it lets me know, bro, you haven't done shit yet.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't done a motherfucking thing. Even if you change where you work, that is that's 1% of the struggle. And that shit just when the movie went off, bro, I just didn't even know how to feel. You know what I mean? It just
don't tell me what. Well, I don't want to say don't tell me what happened, but I didn't watch the movie itself. So.
Oh no, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I mean, so yeah. All right. I won't say nothing revealing, but I remember reading about it and Tony talking about it. But yeah, when you watch it, man, like, woof. Just make sure you're not around any white people within the next couple hours. It might, or at least in law enforcement, I should say.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? Because you might stall off on them real quick.
Say you. Me? Yeah, you.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, I gotta put that on the list. I definitely gotta catch that.
Yeah.
Nothing I gotta catch, unfortunately. God, Coming to America.
Me too. Yeah, I still gotta catch that one.
I keep getting mixed reviews, but I gotta see it for myself. You know what I mean? Just because we're in love with the first one, so you gotta do due diligence, put the time in. But I keep hearing mixed reviews. I'm hearing it's great for families, but if you're looking for the old one, they squeeze in as much as the old one as they possibly could.
Yeah,
and they squeeze in so much of it, you might be pissed at it.
Yeah.
But I gotta watch it, give my own review of it.
Okay. And the next one I actually watched with my son and my wife, Raya. It wasn't bad, bro.
It was a twofold thing with that. Like, it was like on Tuesday, like I got the update from Disney via email. Hey, your monthly subscription is going to be going up. And I was like, oh man, all right, whatever. I'm not quitting it. You know what I mean? And then 2 days later, the Raya came. I was like, oh, dope. I go to it. It's like, if you want to watch it now, you got to pay a $19.99 fee. Then it said small print. It said, all right, go wait till like July, and then it'll be here forever. I'm like, July's not too far, you know. So I'm already giving them a fee. You know?
Yeah.
I said, hey, the kids haven't seen it yet. Me neither. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was good though. You suggest it?
It was good, bro.
Right.
It was good because it was like the perfect family day. Like, to start the day off, we went to go to the American Museum of Natural History.
Nice.
My son loved it, man. He saw them dinosaurs. He was like, "Oh my God, Dad, I'm never leaving."
Any one of these in the room?
Oh yeah, like how do we get this to Brooklyn? Like, do we throw it in the trunk? You know what I mean? Like, what do we do? So after that, like, he comes home and my son doesn't forget shit. Like, he always like, all right, you guys watched the UFC fight yesterday. You said you're going to watch a movie today. So I was like, fine. So it was actually the day after going to the museum. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'll bite the bullet. And it was worth it, man. Yeah, I mean, wait until July won't hurt, but it was worth it. So whenever you do watch it, I think you'll enjoy it, and the girls will enjoy it.
See if I can
too.
catch a hot download somewhere. I'll definitely put that on the list though.
Yeah.
You're into Marvel, right? Have you seen all the Avenger movies?
Yes, brother. Yes.
WandaVision. Have you had a chance to get into it?
So, no, because in the beginning it seemed really like off, but I heard that you have to get a couple episodes in.
You gotta get through the first 2.5 episodes.
Right.
I know it's in black and white. They got like the whole honeymooners kind of thing to it, and you're like, dude, it's 2021. I'm not watching anything in black and white voluntarily. You know what I mean? But it's part of the process for you. It's building a story. You know what I mean? But the season finale was the other week. But and really good. Like
Okay.
Pretty good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Especially if you're into Marvel and the Avengers. I would suggest watching Age of Ultron prior to episode 1, just to get a quick little refresher. But,
okay.
Super good though. Love the way it ended.
Okay.
Sad, but hey, most shows are.
Yeah. And I love Age of Ultron, so I won't mind watching that
dope.
again.
Yeah, I fell asleep to that one countless times.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's one Marvel movie I haven't fallen asleep to.
Yeah, like you can put any of them on. Like after 10 o'clock, it's like, oh, this is perfect sleep movie.
Yep.
Perfect sleep time. Another show I came across on Netflix actually was called The Stranger. I'm super early into the season. I think episode 4 or 5. But long story short, there's a woman who approaches random people within the town, and she reveals secrets to them about their close family that they didn't even know. So now they need to go investigate this issue. They're like, who are you? Why do you? Hey, get back here! And she's gone. She gives you this bombshell information, and then just disappears. And now you're like, who? Let me make sure she's not bullshitting. And every time they do their research, they're like, holy shit, it was true. But it's been a spiral effect ever since the first episode, where everything's getting connected to it, and episode 3 has to do with episode 1, and it's super interesting. Like, I also put that on the watch list when you got a ton of free time.
Right.
But The Stranger on Netflix has been pretty good so far.
All right. One thing we didn't get to talk about was the ending of Your Honor.
We didn't recap Your Honor?
We did not recap Your Honor, bro.
Shit. All right, couple questions.
I feel like we may have to have a separate episode just for that one.
Yeah, next episode for sure. We're gonna give the late bloomers a chance to watch the show. But we gotta talk about how that all ended up, because it was a little chaotic, chaotic to say the least.
Hell yeah.
Add that to the docket for the next show.
For sure. For sure.
Right. Any news you want to let people know before the next show?
Not really at this point. How about you?
Two quick things.
Okay.
Benny the Butcher, if you're a fan, he's going to be dropping the plugs I'm at too, I believe on the 19th. So later this week.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for that. It's Benny. He puts coke raps out. You can't beat it. You know what I mean? But yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And Sci-Hi also mentioned that Kanye is finishing his work on Donda, and if you remember, Sci-Hi is the one who helped him with a lot of his great albums, as far as writing, putting pieces of the puzzle together for him. So if Sci-Hi is in any way, shape, or form involved in his Donda project, mm-hmm. I want end. So and Kanye going through his house situation. Unfortunately, with music and artists, I can't say sadness brings out the best of them, but it works.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to whenever that album comes to fruition. But I was told that he's finishing the album. Okay. As far as presentation and when we'll get it, nobody knows.
All right. Yeah, man. But other than that, you know how it is. You know the vibes at this point. You are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
Ken Katnick.
See you next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind.
Episode 12, we out.
We out.